The Quantum Hemispheres, Book 1, The Rise of ARCO. Most sci-fi either escapes into distant fantasy or narrows into a gadget thriller. This one does something more unsettling. It reads like a briefing from tomorrow. No meteor wipes the slate clean. No alien invasion gives everyone a common enemy. Instead, the world simply reorganizes quietly, structurally, and relentlessly. In the Rise of ARCO, power migrates away from the old post-Cold War nation-state vibe and into systems, logistics corridors, sovereign data networks, autonomous cities, regional security alliances, and a quantum-enabled layer of management that makes governance feel less like politics and more like a back-end update. At the center is ARCO, an organization that sells itself as defensive stability while becoming the backbone of global infrastructure. And that's the key. Authority doesn't show up with a flag and a speech. It shows up as dependency. Who controls the corridor? Who runs the cloud? Who guarantees shipment integrity, payment rails, and the crisis routing when old institutions are busy arguing? The book doesn't give you a single hero to worship or a villain to boo. It spreads the story across engineers, diplomats, intelligent analysts, city administrators, and cyber strategists, people who don't take over the world, but accidentally build the parts the world can't function without, which frankly is how real power actually usually works. The technology is present: quantum managed, logistics, sovereign clouds, algorithmic governance, but it isn't there for fireworks. It acts like pressure on human choices, tightening options, rerouting incentives, and making the line between convenience and control harder to see. You know, the modern vibe. What makes it bite is thematic restraint. The novel doesn't declare the emerging order as evil, nor does it sell it as salvation. It asks the questions that keep policy people awake at 3 a.m. What happens when stability becomes a service, when neutrality becomes industry, when efficiency replaces legitimacy as a basis of authority? The prose stay crisp, and cinematic negotiations, covert operations, infrastructure projects with global consequences, paced like systematic change itself. Not explosive, but relentless. If you like the layered politics of The Expanse, the institutional realism of Michael Crichton, or the big picture geopolitics of Kim Stanley Robinson, you'll recognize the appetite of this book is feeding. By the end, it's clear ARCO isn't just a plot device, it's a concept, a world where who governs is less important than what you rely on. And once that reliance is built, resistance becomes a sentimental hobby. So yes, today's news is messy, but if you want a narrative lens for why it's messy and where it could logically go, ARCO is your map. Just don't blame me when it feels less like fiction and more like schedule. It's available now on Amazon in Australia, UK, EU, and the US, and Japan on paperback and Kindle.